back, lick my and my crack, my neck, my back.
Khia gained fame creating the classic club anthem, My Neck and My Back. The lyrics were explicit and raunchy, but undeniably catchy. The song became an international hit, and people still to this day bump that song. But now, instead of being known for her popular hit from 2002, Khia is now known for being an internet sensation who has no problem getting anybody together with her scathing reads.
I really don't know what to say to you other than I hit you up a long time ago, but don't you ever in your 49 years of living, you bastard hound looking bitch, try to come for me. You is not the baddest bitch. You do not look better than me, bitch. You do not have more hits than me. All you do is try to make friends with bitches in the industry. You're just a bed bug. If I'm a roach, you a bed bug, and you know how bed bugs do to people's body.
No one has been safe when it comes to Khia and her mouth. Her talent takes a backseat to the drama she stirs up with almost everyone on the internet, and she could care less about anyone's opinion of her. Growing up, Khia experienced the best of both worlds, having the city influence of Philly and the southern edge of Tampa, Florida. She beat the odds after becoming a teen mother and getting kicked out by her own mom. Khia moved with the father of her children who was in the military, and they ended up being stationed in Hawaii. And from that point on, she started cultivating her craft and writing music in her spare time. But the relationship between her and the father of her children didn't last, and she ended up moving back to Tampa. It was around this time that she started working in the club as a bartender, and she made connections with different people in the music industry, and she ended up signing to Dirty Down Records. Khia recorded her album, and she had love in the streets, but it wasn't enough to make her album take off. The album failed horribly, but this didn't stop Khia from promoting her music herself. She ended up leaving Dirty Down Records and signing to Artemis Records in 2002, and this was the best move she could have made. My Neck, My Back was released as a single, and it was everywhere. It managed to climb the Billboard charts all the way to number 13, and it even went worldwide, making it a certified gold record. Khia's hit single stayed hot for a while, but it wasn't enough to give her mainstream success. She was featured on songs with Trick Daddy, Gucci Mane, and even Janet Jackson, but none of the songs stuck the way her first hit did. But this didn't stop her from releasing her own music and creating her own music label, Thug Mrs. Entertainment. Since then, Khia has released 5 studio albums and multiple mixtapes, and only 2 of them reached the music charts, not even coming close to the success that her first single did. Trouble followed Khia everywhere she went because of her attitude towards the music industry in general. The problem she had with her music label made her jaded towards the people in the industry, so she adopted a do-it-myself attitude that hurt her in the long run. Khia tried her luck with a reality TV show called Miss Rap Supreme, but she couldn't shake her attitude towards the other contestants in the house and even the judges. She ended up being the first person to get voted off because she didn't follow the rules in the challenge, and instead of doing a freestyle, she did a song off of one of her albums. And this moment will never not be funny.
I'm Thug Miss. Respect me. Call it just like I see. You gotta respect me. If you want to be with me, you gotta respect me. Anytime a see me, she better respect me. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, cause you're gonna respect me. Bring it on or let it be. You don't wanna test me. Pay my dues off in these streets. Respect me. Act a fool out in these streets because they're going to respect me. You best to R-E-S-P-E, respect me. R-E-S-P-E, respect me. R-E-S-P-E, respect me.
Khia's arrogance got her kicked off the show with the quickness because she felt like she didn't have to follow the rules because she had a #1 hit. But it didn't matter because she was there with the rest of the women trying to make it. Khia and beef goes hand in hand with one another because she has had beef with a lot of different people in the industry, and Trina happened to be an arch nemesis of hers. The beef started when Khia claimed that she wrote The Baddest Bitch for Trina and received 0 recognition for it. This upset Trina, and she put out a diss song on her called What's Beef? Khia responded with a hit 'em up style diss, and from that point on, Khia's foot has been on Trina's neck.
If you was real, you would've said my name. But bitch, I'm calling you a hoe, and I'm saying it to your face. Keep your
The beef recently reignited when someone asked Khia would she do a versus with Trina. Khia, of course, had to throw shade, and Trina responded saying she would never do a versus with someone beneath her. The chances of these two patching things up is slim to none. It became difficult for Khia to redo what she did with her first single, and she stopped gaining traction for her music. But one thing that did keep her in the blogs was that mouth and her opinion on other celebrities. Khia has a way with words, and how she drags celebrities is trolling at its worst and entertainment at its best. Khia has no filter, and her mouth has gotten her in trouble a few times. Some people would say she's brutally honest. Others will probably call her mean, bitter, and jealous. It all depends on how you receive her. She's one of those people you either really like or really hate. It's no in between. Khia has come for a lot of super famous people in the industry, Janet Jackson being one of them. Khia and Janet did a song together called So Excited, and Khia even has writing credits on it. But things went left after they recorded the music video, and Khia seen that a lot of her scenes were cut out of the video. Khia alleged that Janet thought she wanted Jermaine Dupri, and that's why she was cut from the video. But either way, Khia should have been happy to even have an opportunity like that, and she fumbled it being messy.
Okay, what do you think about the new Janet album?
It put me to sleep. I couldn't get no sleep after I listened to it.
Khia, I'm gonna spank you, girl.
Okay, all right, Janet. I'ma call the truth, bitch. I'ma call the truth. So Excited music video. I want them to show y'all the making of that video again, so y'all can see all the lovely outfit changes and all how the queen was looking beautiful in that video. And then that whole hated because she thought I was fucking Jermaine and cut me out the video.
One person you just shouldn't come for is Beyonce, but unfortunately, Khia keeps making the same mistake. In 2015, Beyonce broke the internet in her glittery, see-through, beautiful Met Gala dress, and Khia had the gumption and gall to say that she inspired her look. Black Twitter and the Beehive ate Khia alive for her delusions of grandeur, and it was hilarious. Most recently, Khia trashed Beyonce's Renaissance album for no other reason than she's a hater. And T.S. Madison had a feature on the album, and Khia just couldn't take it. But speaking of T.S. Madison, when Khia teamed up with T.S. Madison, it was the perfect balance of semi-good cop and corrupted bad cop. Their chemistry was amazing, and the Queen's Court was a whole era that you had to be there for. Khia and Maddie said everything that the viewer was thinking about these crazy people we call celebrities. It was raw, sometimes too raw. And T.S. Madison more often than not had to reel Khia in because she said the first thing that came to her mind without thinking about the consequences. And Maddie and Khia also interacted with the audience that would lead to hilarious moments like this.
Why wouldn't you think that you was...
Well, Khia, what about the food stamp fraud?
Food stamp fraud. See, that's why y'all need to stay off the internet because, baby, I've never been convicted of food stamp fraud. I've never been eligible for food stamps. I wish I could get some stamps. Do you have some stamps for sale, bitch? Because I would love to have me a crab boil tomorrow. You got some stamps for sale because I buy them, bitch. Do you have any stamps for sale? Let me give you an address so you can mail me that motherfucking ghetto EBT card so we can go get us some shrimps and crawfish tomorrow, bitch. If you know anybody that has any food stamps for sale, KhiaCEO@gmail, send me the number and I'm going to send you an address so you can send me that card because we love to throw fish fries and parties and crab balls, bitch. Send me that EBT food stamp because down there in New York, y'all get more stamps than we do here in the South. You motherfuckers struggles down there. You bitches get about 800 for 2 children.
I personally like the original format of the show because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Maddie had a vision to make it bigger, and I can respect it. But Khia did not, and this is when things started going downhill. The success of Queen's Court was so undeniable that even Nicki Minaj wanted to have a piece of it, and they had a deal lined up. But Khia and Maddie had to polish the show up a little bit more, and once that happened, the energy of the show changed completely. Khia wanted no parts of it, and once again her hate for the people in the industry trumped her chances of real success. The Queen's Court fell apart in front of everyone before it even had a chance to take off. Maddie finally had a chance to interview a big celebrity on the show. They were supposed to be interviewing Monique that night, but everything that could go wrong did. There was technical difficulties and the energy between Maddie and Khia was way off.
Yes, my baby.
Could you please ask Khia to come sit down in front of this camera so she and I can have a conversation? Because Miss Khia, I'm doing this because I saw that little response you gave to me a while back, and I so appreciated it when you said, you know what, Monique, I know just what you're going through, and I understand
See, the
that.
lady's telling you she love you for standing up with her, even saying that. Khia, please.
Miss Madison?
Please, Khia.
Baby, we're not going to do that. Khia, I've been on set for 10 hours today, baby. If you want to pass, I totally understand it.
Khia acted super unprofessional the whole time, and I would even say she was shook to talk to Monique, and Maddie was trying to do everything she could to save the show, but Khia would not give in. And at that moment, the Queen's Court was done.
Sister, you all right?
No, I'll call you tomorrow.
You gone? Okay.
And a whole lot of drama ensued after. Khia completely flipped on Madison and said that she stole her show right in front of her, even though Khia was aware of every move Madison made. It was a classic case of self-sabotage, and Khia showed her true colors, hitting T.S. Madison below the belt, coming for the whole LGBTQ community. It was disgusting because she had no problem sitting next to someone in the LGBTQ community when she benefited from it, but when shit went left, the first thing she did was talk about Maddie being a trans woman. Khia's homophobic rhetoric is super problematic, and she still has gay supporters, and I'll never understand why, because it's clear where she stands with gay people. Once Khia and Madison broke up, Khia tried to keep things going with her new show Gag Order, and she was back in her basement with her wood paneling being the same bitter person that she was on the Queen's Court, just without Madison. But the energy wasn't the same, and of course it didn't do the same numbers that her and Madison did combined. Maddie ended up reviving her show and turned it into the Queen's Supreme Court, and we see where Maddie is today. Booked and busy with her own reality show, a new show on Fox Soul, and a feature on Beyonce's new album. Khia could have had the same fate if she wasn't the self-sabotage queen. She has talked about everyone in the industry from Beyonce to Lil' Kim to Nicki Minaj and everybody in between, and everyone she talks about all has one thing in common. They are more successful than her. And I'm not trying to drag Khia, I'm just giving the facts. The lady is talented, you can't deny it. She has some good music depending on your taste. She's a writer, etc. But the same mouth that holds her gift holds her curse. What has Khia done recently that has nothing to do with her dragging people for filth? I'll wait. It's nothing wrong with being real and unapologetic, but it's a time and a place and a way to do things, and that's the one thing that Khia hasn't mastered yet. Until then, she will forever be sitting in front of her wood paneling that looks like it needs to be dusted, being messy with nothing but my neck and my back to show for it, and she doesn't even own that. But let her tell it she does, and everyone is buying her albums. So what do I know?
Bitch, where you from? New York? Everybody buying it down south, bitch. Everybody. So all that who buying my album and all that one hit wonder, bitch, you already know I got more than one hit and more than one album, bitch. And everybody buying it. All around the world buying it, bitch. Everybody.
A lot of people have a disdain for Khia, and she does it to herself. Her mouth is reckless, and I also think she's scared of success, but she has had multiple chances to actually be more successful than her last hit she put out 20 years ago. She's her own worst enemy. But what do you guys think about Khia? Be sure to let me know in the comments. And until then, case closed, next case, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! And don't forget to subscribe to Gossip Snob.